Greetings, YouTube, and welcome back to episode 1.5 of the Encyclopedia Magica Volume 1. We were discussing uh, amulets last we spoke, and we were going to continue doing so. And we had gone through the H's, and we were up to I's, which follows H. How curious. Alrighty, so we have the Amulet of Immunity to Charm. Seems pretty straightforward on that one. Inescapable Location, a cursed item. Yeah, you get this one, man, and everybody can find you without even trying. It's a bad one. It's not good, and particularly if you're low level, because you know it's a cursed item, but you may not have any idea what it does. So he's like, I can't get it off. What does it do? So yeah, it can be bad. Um, Amulet of Insect Repellent. That's pretty cool. And remember, this, as someone else pointed out, this is back in the days when you expended XP to make magic items, which made absolutely no sense. I'm a maker. Every time I make something, even if I'm making the same thing more than once, and I have, you gain knowledge. You don't lose knowledge. But in this universe, if you could make a dozen plus one swords, and you get less experience with each one. You can't push yourself below the current level you're in, but you could grind yourself down to the base on that level. And if you kept making swords as soon as you had acquired enough to make another one, you'd never advance any further. And that makes no sense. But this particular insect repellent only is 300 experience points and 1,500 gold pieces, which is it's a low level kind of thing. So yeah, that makes sense. We have Kalene's Undead Stone, which is a magical amulet is a particularly potent version of a typical amulet versus undead, allowing Kalene to turn undead as if a 12th level priest. The amulet also holds at bay forms of undead that are normally immune to the effects of turning unless those creatures roll a successful saving throw versus spell. So that's from the 1992 Fantasy Collector card number 243. That's very specific. But yeah, just a better version of, an amulet to protect you from undead. It's kind of cool. The Amulet of Lathander. This is from Polyhedron Newzine 82. This hammered platinum amulet has fashioned by the high-level specialty priest of Lathander, the god of dawn on Aber Torel. The amulet is worn by priests of Lathander, and that priest falls during combat. The amulet casts a heal spell upon the priest. This function operates up to 3 times a day. Holy crap! Only worn by good aligned people. And if you're evil and you put it on, you take 3d6 points of damage per round until it is removed, or you die. Wow, 3 times per day I heal? Worth 30,000 gold pieces. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. Amulet of Leadership, yeah, makes you better at being a leader. That's kind of self-explanatory. So we're 35, 37. I always check pages numbers when I turn pages in books, regardless of what the book is, a comic book. A lot of comic books don't have page numbers, which always annoys me. But rather when I'm reading, I always check the page number because I'm always screwing up and skipping ahead. So now I've gotten into the habit. But yeah, it just makes you better at commanding troops and things. Amulet of Life Protection. This is a old one. I always like this one. The wearer is protected from magic jar and similar mental attacks that usurp control of the wearer's body. If the wearer is slain, the psyche enters the amulet and is protected for 7 full days. So it's your own phylacterum. So like a leak, a lich or a leak, a lich or a leak has, or like, I can't remember. So that kind of cool. I like that. It stores you so that you can then pass that on into a new body or into your old resurrected body. Amulet of Magic Resistance. That's pretty standard. Though it's less structured. It's For example, like magic resistance, 5% for spell levels 1 through 6, and then it goes up in brackets, as opposed to the way spell resistance works on like 3.5 or Pathfinder. It's a little more codified. Okay, we have the Amulet of Meta Spell Influence from the Tome of Magic. This amulet does not appear to have any magical function, although it radiates magic. Hint, hint, it has a magical function until it is worn by someone using one of the dilution, far-reaching, or extension spells. Wow, I have no memory of those at all. Wow, makes me feel old. But yeah, it's a meta magic item. Real shocker there. The Amulet of Neutrality, used by evil individuals to shield their evil nature and make them seem neutral to all dwellers. So I guess it could also work the other way around. If you're good, it can make you seem neutral, so you could sneak into evil places and not come off as good. That definitely have some applications there. Then we have the Amulet of Noceum. That's Noceum. That's a horrible pun. This device protects the wearer against all divination spells and magic locations and detection. The wearer cannot be detected through clairaudience, clairvoyance, ESP, telepathy, crystal balls, and any of their scrying devices. So, yeah, that's cool. Then we have the Amulet of Orcish from the Orcs of Thar. Orcish witches and shamans have very limited abilities when it comes to creating magical items. They prefer sending a few hordes of bloodthirsty warriors to steal them from whoever has them. Yeah. So I guess there's a selection like this. Each one would have a slightly different. Like you have an amulet that does a +1 to attack or +1 to AC. So it's a class of orcish magic items specific to the types of things that they're likely to carry. It's kind of a cultural thing. Okay, I like that. We have the palm sign. Are we still in? Yeah, we're still in amulets. The palm sign is a symbol that magically appears in the palm of a woman chosen by fate to be the bride of a sheik of the oasis. Okay. The mark also appears on the palm of the woman betrothed to the sheik's firstborn son. Anyone who puts the amulet against the palm symbol is able to line the symbol and read clearly, City of Phoenix over the house of Set, where sleeps salvation. There speak Atomo. Period to know. The message can be read only when the palm mark and the palm sign are aligned together. It's the word release the Djinn at the ancient and now destroyed city of Phoenix. So it's a way of summoning a Djinn. The amulet itself is a weapon. It glows in the presence of Afridi and strikes them with a beam of cold blue light. The pain caused by the beam drives Afridi away for 3 rounds. Oh, okay, so it's a way of summoning jinns. Kind of cool. The Amulet of the Papyrus Scepter. Sounds kind of cool. Image Magazine. This amulet is a sheaf of papyrus leaves and gives the deceased renewed vigor and youth for their journey to the afterlife. It is placed on the chest on the day of the funeral. For the living, the amulet raises 1 score. Dexterity, physical. If anyone of any one user 1 point to a maximum of 15. If the strength of a warrior is 18, you get to roll his or her exceptional strength on a roll of d20. I thought that was there a d20 chart for the percentiles, or did we just roll percentiles? I don't remember there. I don't remember. Kind of cool. All right, the Amulet of Perpetual Youth from the Tome of Magic. Now, this is the Tome of Magic back in first edition, not the Tome of Magic from 3.5. The amulet glows with a faint blue light. The wearer has temporary immunity to the effects of both natural and magical aging. The amulet grows older instead of the wearer. As the amulet ages, it gradually becomes dimmer, can absorb 5-6 years of aging, at which time its light dims completely, its magic negated, and the wearer resumes normal aging. So it just extends your life. That's kind of cool, but it's worth 20,000 gold, so definitely worth it for the wealthy to get a series of these so you can live a whole long time. Um, there's another one. There's the which is called exactly the same thing. This is the perpetual youth and inexperience. This is from the collector cards. This amulet grows continuously with a faint blue and light, conveys immunity from aging the same way, just like the amulet of perpetual youth. Once done, however, it cannot be removed without the aid of a remove curse. Furthermore, the wearer cannot accumulate any experience points until the amulet is removed. A PC wearing the amulet should not be advised of this by the DM until the curse is broken. The character should continue to believe that experience points are being accrued unless attempting to advance while wearing the cursed item. That seems pointlessly cruel, if you ask me. All right, we're at 11 minutes. Okay. The amulet of Fell Thongs from the Mesobarazion campaign set. That's the Drows world, the city. I can never remember how to say that. Name for the Drow wizard of fabled powers who devised them long ago. These rare fist-sized obsidian pendants are carved into smiling Drow faces. In the city, they are worn only by powerful master mages of sorceries or sorcerer. This is before sorcerers, remember. These amulets have the following powers identical to the cited spells. Comprehend languages when held or worn. Dimension door twice per day. Obscurement once per day. Time stop every 12 days. That's kind of cool. That's a very but you have to fuel that power from another magic item. So you're touching it, you're draining the power from the magic item into the amulet. The amulet remains magic. The item you drained doesn't. I'd have to have some more rules for that one. You wouldn't, it'd be too easy to abuse that and like, you've drained an artifact or something like that. No, but yeah, so have to be lesser value and things like that. But yeah, I think that would, I see how that works. You have the Amulet of the Plains. Oh yeah, I love this one. This device enables the individual possessing it to transport instantly to or from any one of the closest levels of the outer planes. The journey is absolutely safe, if not absolutely sure, but until the individual learns the device, transportation is random. Roll 1d6 on a 4 to 6, add 12 to the result of a d12 roll. On a 1 to 3, do not add 12 to the 1d4 12 roll. Figure the total, then consult the following table to determine where the amulet holder goes. So Mount Celestia, Bitopia, Lusium, the Beastlands, Orborea, Asgard, Limbo, Pandemonium, Abyss, Carceri, the Grey Wastes, Gehenna, Baator, Acheron, Mechanus, Arcadia, Prime Material Plane. As an alternative, the following may be substituted for results between 2022 and 24, which is the Ethereal, Astral, or Prime Plane, but alternate campaign world. So that's really incredibly dangerous if you ended up in the abyss. Oh yeah, that's bad. Let me try and so where are we going as far as this is going to be? Yeah, we'll finish up this page and then we'll call it good. Next is the Amulet of Power from Dragon Magazine 5. That's an oldie. Usable by all spellcasters, this object serves to periodically boost latent magic energy. One day each week, the number of spells of each level the caster may perform and their range, duration, etc., of those spells is increased by 50%. So it's a meta magic feat. Well, that's kind of cool. Not feat, but emulating a meta magic feat. You get the point. So it's like magic rod. Proof against detection and location. That's really cool. I always like that one. That's from the original first edition D&D, DM's Guide. Yeah. Then we have the Amulet of Protection, which is from the drums on Fire Mountain. I thought that was, wow, I always thought that kind of thing was right out of the DM's Guide, but apparently isn't it? Shaped like a boar's head. Okay, it has the properties of a ring of protection. That's what's out of the DM's Guide. But also protects any lycanthrope wearing it from any effects of wolfsbane. So whoever this person is, the Kalnaka can wear it in both pig and human form. So apparently they're a wereboar or something. Protection from alignment change. Oh, I always really kind of despised alignment change items. That was kind of sucky to do to somebody. But I guess if you're going to have those in the game, you're having an amulet that would protect you from that is useful, but that's an amulet slot, man. Amulet slots are important. It's not like would you really want to wear that all the time in case the corner cases of alignment change? It seems very situational. Unless you knew you were going into an environment where that was a risk. It seems like a waste of a weapon, of a magic item slot, because they had fewer magic item slots back in AD&D than we did in Pathfinder or 3.5. And lastly, for this video, the protection from crystal balls. And we're gonna leave that one right where it is. So, thank you for being here for episode 1.5 of the Encyclopedia Magica Volume 1. I'm looking forward to doing the next one, and I hope that you will join me.